Hey everyone, thanks for coming to my channel. So, I wanted to do a quick update on um, on my thoughts on the game in general, and just sort of I'm kind of in between right now, in between uh, types of videos I want to make. I guess I'll explain that through this. But basically, I just kind of wanted to follow up some of the rants I did a couple months ago when the game was new. It's now over 3 months. It's been out over 3 months. We're on 1.07, I think, so we've got a fair amount of patching done. And my opinion on the game, I'd just like to update it. Um, so this time I actually did some bulleted points, so I'm not going to be not knowing where to start. Um, and also, I want to say that unfortunately, right now, I haven't purchased like any equipment beyond the recorder, so I'm using a built-in mic on my laptop, and so sorry for the bad audio quality on the voice. I'm working with, some really a really low end microphone. And if anyone has any suggestions on a good brand, like, obviously I could go out and spend like a bunch of money, but I'd rather not do that. But like a good bang for your buck voice mic, let me know. That'd be great. Anyway, so first things first. I'm sure you can guess it. Soul Memory. Soul Memory. Wow. I mean, jeez, what to say about Soul Memory? It certainly is a change. I've heard so many different things on what it is, why they put it in the game, what it's meant for. Um, I'll say to start out, I very much dislike Soul Memory. Very much do I dislike Soul Memory. I think it was pretty much assumed by the community that it was put in to deter or to help the twinking problem in Dark Souls 1. And by twinking, I mean low level players. In Dark Souls 1, you were matched up based on your level, as opposed to your soul memory in Dark Souls 2. So in Dark Souls 1, they had a bit of an issue with, and they had a bit. Some people had, there was an issue with what they call twinking, and that's just a lower level character with high end gear invading newer players and making, basically just griefing them to death over and over and making it hard for them to play. But right away, I have a response to that. In Dark Souls 1, you could play hollow and not be invaded. So, it wasn't like this huge problem that they had. It was one, kind of side effect of invading in my mind. And, as the game aged, people were able to, mules aside, people were able to go through the game, at SL1 and get high-end items. There was no NG. There was no. You could connect to anyone in any playthrough. Like NG players could connect to NG plus 7 players, or plus 6, whatever the max is. So there were legitimate low-level players with high-end gear that could basically just invade your game and just clean the floor with you. But like I said, my direct response to that is you had to be in human form to be invaded in Dark Souls 1. I don't think it was a huge problem. I played through the game. I'm more of a solo player, I guess, when it comes to PvE. you could stay hollow and avoid that entirely. So it wasn't. I didn't never saw it as a big problem. Maybe I didn't. I didn't experience a lot of it because I played through the game hollow. I mean, there was really in Dark Souls 1, you didn't have a health bonus for being hollow. Like, it was basic. You went human to interact with other humans, basically. I think was that's how I thought of it. Was like, okay, you go human to interact with humans. If you're having a problem being invaded by twinks, don't go human. I mean, problem solved. That's the way I see it anyway. So people, it's kind of assume that they put in soul memory to deter that. And that's all fine and good, but at what cost? And what are you, really how big of a problem really was it? And at what cost is this new system taking on the game? Or what effect is it having on the game? At what cost? There was a cost of implementing soul memory in my mind. I'll start off. I didn't bullet these points. This is offhand, but the number one big thing in my mind is soul memory ruins builds. It ruins the entire it ruins any incentive to stop at a level. They call it a meta. On Dark Souls 1, there was basically a 120 to 135 meta that almost all PvP peers stopped at. And you had to balance your stat. Like, this is an action RPG, and wow. If they just implemented soul memory to stop twinking and, let it carry through the entire game and G Plus and beyond, they really put some heavy weight on the issue of twinking. My goodness, because you ruin builds, you ruin fight clubs, and fight clubs I was used to. Like, I guess people, level. Now it's just, yeah, you can get above 12 million and all still be in the same pool, but there's no level. You're not matched based on your level, so there's no incentive to stop leveling, and that's a big deal to me. So I could go on about soul memory for 30 minutes or an hour about how all the little different effects it really does have on mainly the PvP aspect of this game. I don't do PvE, but it affects that too. I see people in these chat rooms, or I hang out in the Fextra Life wiki chat room, and I see people all co-oping, trying to meet up, but sorry, you're not in SM range, so it affects co-op as well. Anyway, I could go on forever about soul memory, but number 2, physical scaling. The last patch helped with that, but it's still, I don't know, it's subpar. Like, I'm pretty sure that minimum stats to wield with an infusion, and then investing I guess depending on the weapon, but basically minimum stats to wield with an infusion does almost as much as 40/40 with an infusion. With like a claymore, or your average kind of 20, 18 require that kind of weapon. So pure physical scaling is not really the way to go for maximum damage output. I still use it. I also, I have an infused. I use the claymore and I use the Black Knight halberd, and I have an infused because I use flame weapon. So I have an infused version of the claymore and a fire version of it, and they're pretty close. but you know, it depends on the opponent's armor. But the physical scaling, like if you invest 40 and 40, you're not getting what you could I think if you put those other stats into Faith in It and raised, you know, like fire or something, fire bonus, you probably end up having more output. So physical scaling sucks. As I mentioned, with the meta, so this number 3 was meta, and the meta it's there. It is there, and I think more people than I thought are stopping at 150, and I think that's great. It really does show, like, you know, it shows that people are really into the PvP in this game, and like I don't even think this is really arguable in my mind. Quote build PvP is gonna be more fun than max level PvP. I mean, is it really fun to chop down a Havel's, like, you know, like some of these guys in the arena, like full Havel's with defense buffs and stuff, like my attacks do like, you know, a little over 100 damage, like sometimes. Like it's so bad that, like, I mean, these guys, it's like me with like a butter knife trying to chop down a tree, and you know, if I even do happen to get them down, they'll, you know, just one Estus is like, oh my god, there goes 10 minutes of fucking chiseling this dude down. It's just, I don't know. Some people say high level PvP is fun. I have yet to try it. You know, and this leads me to number 4, my meta. And as I said, I've got one character dedicated at SL 135, actually, just a little over 1 million soul memory, and I will never gain another soul on that character. That's not true. I will, because I buy knives, throwing knives in PvP. I don't use the urns with that guy, that specific character, like I am on this video. This is the guy I'm working on right now. I'm trying to get him to rank 3 so I can start doing invasions. But I mean, that's the thing. I'm having to jump through these hoops. Like, you know, I dedicate one character to a certain SM and BOB only, and now, you know, I'm having to do a whole nother rank 500 or rank 3 500 plus kills on that. He's gonna be my invader. So, you know, I'm having fun with the game. I'll definitely say that. I'm not hating on it as much as some guys. Like, I've gotten used to the parry system, and you know, it's much more fun than it was when I was first getting into it. You know, I quote got good, and so, you know, I'm still rocking the physical, you know, no faith, no int, and doing well. Obviously, you know, rank 3. I'm working on my second rank 3 guy. So, you know, I still don't think it's in the same realm as Dark Souls 1. Like, I think Soul Memory and some little things, like the weird netcode issues and the hitboxes, like some of that stuff is just like, why? Like, I mean, it's worse. Like the online sync is worse in this game than it was in Dark Souls, and you know, supposedly we have dedicated servers, you know, dedicated matchmaking. And I will say that, you know, the matchmaking is quick. Like, if you are in range with someone and you both have the name ring, I mean, you can connect like a snap of a finger. It's really nice. But unfortunately, you have to be in the same SM range, and more often than not, I mean, either you're in the top tier, like free for all. You know what? To sum everything up, if you play Dark Souls 1, I guarantee you're familiar with the forest. Dark Souls 2 is basically a giant forest when it comes to PvP. In Dark Souls 1, you went into the forest to get this kind of chaotic, free-for-all, crazy leveled chaos PvP. But you chose to go there and do that. I mean, in this game you don't choose. The whole game is the forest. The whole game is the forest. Thanks for watching, everyone. Sweet Chaos Fireball invasions to come. Peace.